Right, we're now down to the varnishing stage. I've got everything done that I can find, bits and pieces sorted. So we're going to set to with the varnish, and I am using the Army Painter anti-shine matte varnish at the moment. So give it a good shake, and we'll put that on neat. Famous damned song there. Right, there we go. Splash it all over. Wipe it in, rub it in. This, I found this for me at the moment. This is one of the best varnishes. That's for me, as I say. I've tried several other sprays. I mean, I remember the horror stories of the old days, and if you guys remember, using Humbrol spray varnishes, and you'd spray a tray of figures, and then they dry and turn white with that ghosty effect, and you know, that had taken perhaps weeks to paint. That used to really me off, as they say, but I don't think we have that so much these days. But I do always worry about the sprays. I've tried several that have been recommended on YouTube, but they came out very, very shiny, and I don't want shiny figures. Nothing against shiny figures, but they just seem to look better with a nice matte coat. Just a basic brush here, as you can see, nothing special, just my varnishing brush. I can get in there. Don't want to leave any pooling, because that will turn white. And with all this braid and that, I just need to get that out. Yeah, get that out there. Anyway, there we go. I think he's done. We'll leave that to dry, and then I'll be back to do the basing. Yeah, there we go. I think that's nicely done. Again, I'll check to see if I've missed anything. I don't think I have. I've done the gold on the bridle, just to see there. Put some lines on it. There should be buckles, as far as I can work out from bridal work. So I've done a kind of buckle here. There's no real design on the bridle. So I've done a buckle and a bar with a strap to go through. But sometimes you have to just fake it to look something like. See, I got a bit of a lump there. Take that out. There we go. Okay, well, we'll get that to dry, and then we'll come back and I'll get it based. So back in a tick. Right, so here we are back. The figure is now dry. Still looks a bit shiny, but that's matte. That's a matte finish. So now I've got my special device. Cost a fortune, this. A lump of plasticine with a hole in it, because I use this is the glue I use, a Bartolini, just a basic wood glue. Unscrew the lid, put the lid in the plasticine. Look at that. Took me years to invent this, and we pour some glue in. Yuck, gungy. There we go. Drop of wood glue. Brush a bit of water in it, a bit of gungy water, and the same. Oops, I'm just using basic. This is birdcage sand, isn't it, or whatever? Yeah, birdcage sand. I like that. Gritty and shale, and it's cheap. So just some there. Come on, don't drop there, and splodge it about. Splodge. I mean, this is not rocket science here, is it, basing the figure? I tend to put this one layer on. I'll just show you in a second while it's drying. Right, that's that done. Just put that in the sand. So that's the basic coat we've got there. Sand on there. Just put a few blobs around, which I do while it's still wet, on the top. Gives you like a second layer. So we've done that second layer. And gives an irregular, which you probably can't see, but it gives a bit of an irregular base. So it's not a flat snooker table effect. Right, there we go. Right, we'll put that aside and leave that to dry. And then I might glue a few stones on it before I put the brown paint on. Okay, so we'll get that to dry. Back in a tick. Okay, so the stonework is done. I put a couple of pieces of stone on. It's drying nicely, and we get the crown. These are basic brown. Just crown, because that's what my local shop has. Just a basic brown tester pot. It's about £2.50, something like that, for quite a lot of paint. Need a bit of water in that. And we're just going to put brown paint on the base. Nothing technical there. Not too thick, not too thin. Apply in between. The glue's still drying, but that's okay. If you're careful, or if I'm careful. Okay, so we get this brown on, get that dry. As you put it in front of the blower or the fan, it'll dry quick enough. This it's quite warm today. And then once this is dry, we've just got two quick dry brushes, flock and tufts, and finito. We will have one finished figure. I mean, each of you will have your own way of doing basing, I suppose, but this is my preferred way. Hasn't changed for donkey's years. Once we started to base figures this way, I mean, in the early days, you guys need to realise this was the best thing you would use would probably be a beer mat cut up, and you painted it green. That was basing. That was in the early 70s, and then someone somewhere discovered the railway flock, or the hairy flock as it was called, and he literally put glue on and just put the flock everywhere. I think some people still do that today, and that was in the very early 80s. And then I discovered, well, I didn't discover, but I went with this brown base dry brush and flock. It was only a short 2mm flock, and I'm stuck on it ever since. There we go. Brown paint and a couple of stones. So we'll get that to dry, and when that's dry we'll come back, dry brush and flock it. So we're back in a tick. Okay, well, that's got the base dry, or dry enough. So now we're going to get stuck in with some dry brushing. Again, I'll just use a sort of leathery brown colour. Oops, just move the lid. Just a flat brush and a bit of dry brush over the top. Not too much. There we go. Around the rocks. Don't really want to get too much paint on the rocks if I can help it. round there, a bit round there. And in between, it's a bit slimy. I might put a bit of flock in between the two boulders to hide them up. Right, and that's the first dry brush. Just that sort of red brown. Put that away. And then we have a kind of, it shows a kind of peachy colour. It's actually called Vic 17, which was a deluxe colour. Yeah. And this is the second dry brush. Go over that lightly. Yeah, no problems. Lightly does it. That's going over there. Get fingers out of the way. Around the rocks. Thought I'm left-handed, I should probably film from the left-hand side, because filming from the right-hand side, my big baffs of hands are always in the way. I may have to try that. Framing the shot better, as they say. Now, for me, I sometimes add a third coat, which is actually called off-white, but at the moment, I'm happy with this. So there we go, that's done. That just needs to dry a little fraction. And then it will, whoops, excuse me. Then we'll be on with the flock. Yeah. Didn't take long at all. Still looking very shiny, the figure, considering it's supposed to be matte. Oh dear, oh well. It's all turned out pretty good. I hope I've seen one little thing. I need to put some silver on the what do you call it? Not the stirrups. The other bit. the spurs. Yeah, so I'll do that afterwards. That's an easy job. It's literally a dab of silver on that one. And it looks like that foot has got nothing. Well, it should have a spur as well, shouldn't it? Yeah, so that's dry now. So now we get the flock. And got my big tin of green flock. It's just a basic what is it? Spring green, I think I use, mixed with a bit of this and a bit of that. The same glue in the same device. Just put a irregular pattern about. Cover up any splodges of paint that you don't like. I'm going to go between the rocks a bit if I can, because it's a bit too smooth where there was no sand, or where the glue rose up. Right, I think that'll do. Let's put that in the pot and see what we get in the box. Shake, shake, shake. That's, oh, move the glue out of the way. I think that's going to do it. Oh, and press a bit more, it's a bit light there, so we'll put a bit more here. Press it down with your fingers. Yeah, that's that figure. Yeah, as you can see, he's done, he's looking okay, he's looking cool. So, put the lid on. we'll find a couple of tufts. I mean, out of tufts, I'm just, I'll make my own. So I just need to make some more. But we'll add one there. That's a sort of a, shows up, doesn't it? Yeah. Oops. That's a greeny brown. And we'll have one here at the front, which is a long green. Let's push that down. I used to tackifier glue. You can see that there. Yeah, and I think I might add one more. I can find something that looks half tidy. Oh, little one here, yeah. And a few fibres on. And we've added one at the back. So now the Fournier Sarloveze is finished. That's the finished figure. I hope this has been useful to people. I hope I haven't bored you too much. I'll put a few stills at the end just to show the finished figure. Yeah, I say once I've done these, a bit of silver on the spurs, and I think everything else is done. I think I'm happy enough with how it all looks. Okay, yeah. So I say I'll put some stills at the end. Thanks a lot, and